Oh boy, we are getting it. We are finally receiving updates on the amazing multiplayer mods that are all starting to come out the woodworks now that we have a full announcement date for the release of Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, and that is the full invasion mod. If you guys have no idea what this mod is, it was a Mount and Blade Warband mod that went ahead and allowed you and a group of friends or companions on the internet to hold the line against wave after wave of incoming enemies. This later got submods adding in custom Lord of the Rings scenarios, and basically scenarios of all different kinds where you could be the last defenders at Helm's Deep pushing back the Uruk-hai as they spawned in wave after wave as you upgraded your equipment and weaponry and so much more. There was a Star Wars submod for it, there was other fantasy really cool stuff that you could go ahead and develop and play as with this mod, and it was just a really fun experience. Some of my most fondest memories really came from the Warband multiplayer community playing in these full invasion servers, and we now finally have news for full invasion 3 now that of course we have the announcement date that Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord is coming to console and a full release coming out of early access on Steam on the 25th of October. Which is amazing news, and the developers went ahead and posted some videos, some screenshots, and basically just kind of gave us an update over on their Discord, which of course I'll leave a link to down below in the description, as well as updating their ModDB page. So we'll take a look at that today, and again, if you guys want to go ahead and keep up to date with all these new mods coming out the woodworks, like I said, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll be covering Bannerlord, all the news we get, any information we get on console, as well as on the PC release, and of course updating you guys with all the most relevant mod information. So over on their Discord, we got this pretty interesting amount of information which basically detailed what they've been working on, as well as showing off a few new videos as well as screenshots. So they say, we have officially started working on the full Invasion 3 mod. Over the past 2 weeks, we have secretly been working on full Invasion 3 in the background during a closed test with Tailworlds. Again, if you guys don't know, Tailworlds have been testing custom servers along with the giving out the source code to certain modders so they can go ahead and start creating their own stuff, which is really awesome, obviously gearing up to a full release. They later go on to say, now that the test is concluded, we can now share that we have been working on the mod and that we are close to ready to start with an alpha testing. We are currently working on proof of concept version of the mod, for which the development is looking very promising, in which we'll be releasing to the public when it is ready. Keep in mind that this is still proof of concept, we are still very bare bones, but this version will have very little content in the way of map and function, but instead focus on having the core concepts of the mod up and running. So basically what they say in this is that they have kind of the tools to go ahead and start working on full invasion now. Again, if you guys didn't know, previously to this there were no custom servers, there were no source code for the custom servers, and very little mod tools for multiplayer, if any. Again, you could work on like 3D assets and stuff, but again, if you don't know if the 3D assets can be implemented in multiplayer, there's no need to do it. But now we have the information needed, and it's great to see that they have been working closely with Tailworlds to kind of push this further forward. And yeah, basically what they're saying is that they're going to be having the fundamentals, the foundation layers of full invasion there, which I can only assume is kind of implementing custom maps, implementing 3D assets, and having the wave system working and the AI following what they want with the maps, you know, they create. So basically having these waves spawn in, the waves getting gradually harder with, you know, stronger units, better stats on them units, and the players being able to implement stuff, which is really cool. Again, as I say, it's going to be very bare bones to begin with, but that's to be expected. It is pretty much for multiplayer mods that we are at the beginning of them. You know, it's like the previous mods, like we had the amazing Eagle Rising mod, Realm of Thrones, Trials of the Seven, Burning Empires, all them other mods that I haven't mentioned. It's like we're at the very beginning of them 2 years ago, and that's what we're kind of starting to see, the renaissance of multiplayer mods coming to the frontier, which is very exciting. And yeah, this is just the beginning, and I'm so excited to go ahead and see. So if we move on, We did get a bunch of information and a handful of videos in their sneak peek section, so we'll go ahead and watch them now. So first off, we have just a lone soldier holding the gate. You're kind of pushing back the enemy as they filter in, and you're going to really be up against it when it does come to fighting these off. You can see that this is, from the looks of it, this isn't a custom map, but this is them kind of holding the line, pushing back in these choke points and defeating the enemy. And I can only imagine that you're going to be able to, like, obviously build and utilize all the equipment. I really hope they do get some sort of like building and repairing mechanic in the game. I can't remember because it's been so long if they had anything like that in Warband Full Invasion 2, but I hope so. And it'd be really cool if you could, like, you spend your resources to repair the gates and to build artillery and build, kind of choke points and stuff. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, you can basically see the concept working of the AI filtering in and doing a lot of damage. Next, we do have a ballista taking out some of the soldiers on the ladders, so you can see the AI is attacking the fortress through multiple positions and the different classes. But yeah, it was a nice shot there by the ballista coming in. And then finally, we do have a warrior actually wielding the ballista as well, taking out some enemies. And I think utilizing this artillery is going to be very important. And we also now see how many bots are left remaining in the top left-hand corner. We are also seeing the amount of waves that are, what wave you're on, as well as the enemy progress in and get closer and closer. So that was all the videos they posted. However, they did, I believe, also post over on ModDB as well, a picture of the map as well, which I'll be putting on your screen right now. So this is one of their, I guess, custom maps that they've currently got designed, and as you can see the differences in it, there are several pathways in, and you can see the way that the AI is filtering in on wave 18, and there are over 800 bots in this test. Again, they've been fighting for an hour, and this is how many have spawned in. That's pretty interesting. Again, the scale of this is, of course, way larger than Warband ever could get to. I believe Bannerlord, I know Bannerlord can get up to 2,064 soldiers, including horses. Horses count as an entity. So you could arguably have that many soldiers filtering in and attacking you, which is, again, very, very, much better, a much larger improvement to the system in Warband. The scale of it is really cool. They also said that they've been replacing the perk system. So in multiplayer, there is a perk system that you can pick up, and they've been saying that they have been replacing that with a Warband-like equipment system, meaning you can take whatever wacky combinations you want to. So instead of these predetermined classes, you'll be able to basically create your own as you progress forward, which again is super exciting. Kind of just that modability, that customability that they're getting in this is really cool. And then they've also, I'm sure I've been posting these throughout this video as well, been showing some of the custom setup that they're planning to add in, and some of the custom armors that they already have. So again, the AI is going to be outfitted with all these different equipments, and they look beautiful. They've done a really, really good job right there showing this stuff up with some of the vampire pieces of the equipment that the AI will be charging towards, and it looks amazing. Really, really beautiful stuff. And hopefully this is just the beginning for Full Invasion 3. I hope we're going to get so many crazy things. One of the great things about Bannerlord as well is the way that monstrous units work. If you want to have giants, if you've seen Realm of Thrones, giants work very, very effectively in the mob, because in Bannerlord you always strike towards the center of mass. So if you're fighting a giant, you're not going to be like stabbing its feet and trying to bring it down. You're always going to be striking up towards the center. So stuff like trolls or elephants or monstrous units can all work with time. So again, you can get to a boss wave and have this like massive orc with a huge two-handed weapon coming in and causing you issues, and that's something that is very possible. And again, that will take Full Invasion to the next level for sure. So I am super exciting. As I said, this is an up-and-coming multiplayer PvE mod for Mount & Blade 2 of Bannerlord, and I can't wait to dive in and mess around with it. Hopefully, later on down the line, I can get into maybe some alpha tests and mess around with it myself. Would be very exciting with some of the developers or some of the testers. That'd be super, super cool. But go check them out on Discord. They are, of course, also looking for people to help out with this mod. So if you are a 3D modeler who wants to help out and maybe create some stuff for them, then definitely go hit them up over on their Discord. Be sure to let me know what other multiplayer mods you'd like me to cover in the future. I know Sword and Musket is getting closer and closer to some tests, and they are going to be planning some tests later on in the next couple of months. So if you want to see anything from that, I'm sure I could probably go ahead and dive in onto the server if they're kind enough to let me. But yeah, go ahead and make sure you subscribe subscribe if you hadn't already. Drop a like and a comment down below if you're excited for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord multiplayer mods or full release, and I'll see you guys in the next one.